of you are just gonna have nightmares tonight. This guy is one of a kind. I've known him, God, almost 20 years. We're going way back. Way back. And back then he was funny, and now he's crazy and funny. The one, the only, Andy Pomaranski.
So they call me Shake and Bake because I sunburn easy, and the shaking part you'll understand soon. My name is Andy Pomaranski, and I'm relatively new to stand-up comedy, which you can confirm by my confidence level. It's only my third time up on stage, and I plan on making the most of it. My topic tonight is being inexperienced, and it's my dating history and my past failed relationships. My big concern isn't sharing the intimate details of my social life with complete strangers. It's filling up the entire 10 minutes of allotted time that I've been given with my dating track record. I'm no player by any stretch of the imagination. If I had all the notches on my bedpost that my fellow comics Dave and Jordan had, I could talk for hours. I could even put out my own DVD with that much material. But alas, it's just me, Mr. Inexperienced, balding, middle-aged Andy. Hopefully my stories will hold your attention. So I just started dating again recently this year after a long break, and I didn't want my dates to know that I was inexperienced in the bedroom. So I asked my closest friends what they like to do, and a lot of them said doggy style. So I tried it, and it wasn't that bad, except for when they tried to run away, or bark at me, or try to bite me. So as you can tell, if I'm practicing on beagles, here's Snoopy, I have no game. I tremble, I freeze, I blurt out the wrong thing. It's a mess. Like with my ex-girlfriend Yvette, we were naked together in bed for the first time, and she asked me a simple question: what do you like? I froze, I completely blanked out, and I said the only thing that came to my mind: I like my nipples twisted. From that moment on, sex with Yvette meant an evening of having my nipples ripped right off. Not the kind of pain I like with my pleasure. It was awful. So sadly, we broke up. But luckily, it was hot dog day at work, so karma has a way of keeping things even. I never knew that a hot dog could taste so good. So on the topic of having no game, I've been taking the bus regularly ever since I was young, and I always fantasized about having a beautiful woman sit next to me. Once it actually happened. I was sitting in the window seat of a two-seater of an empty bus when this gorgeous blonde sat right next to me. I was speechless. I completely was speechless. So she started to get frustrated after she sat down next to me that I wasn't talking to her, so she started to listen to her Discman. I'm great at talking about music, so I wait for her to press play, and I hear, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. How do I talk to her about Aqua? What a great band. I've seen them live. She would see through my lies. The only thing I like about that song is singing it to freak out complete strangers when I pee next to them at public urinals. You can touch, you can play, if you say, I'm always yours. Anyway, she got off the bus and was out of my life forever, giving me the finger as the bus pulled away for ignoring her the entire ride. I am a classic choke artist. I've only ever had success once picking up on the bus, and she did all the work. And she did all the work. I asked, her first sentence to me on the 15 westbound was, can I have your number? I could tell by the tone of her voice that she was special. Everybody has a bucket list of things they want to do before they die, and she helped me achieve my #1 desire, sleeping with a challenged girl. I asked her name, and she said, So I asked her to spell it. After 4 tries and all my word jumble skills, it turned out her name was Felicia. Felicia was gorgeous, and I fell for her fast. We slept together on the very first date, and I was hooked. Her extra drool made for the best blowjobs. It's true. So I created a name for it when you only sleep with a challenge girl. Going down. Because once you go down, you're wearing the crown. She made me feel like a king. Felicia loved me because I could make her craft dinner that wasn't crunchy. And I could fire up a pork chop that was cooked somewhere safely between raw and burning down the apartment. She made me feel like a genius because I could simply work a vacuum cleaner. Sadly, we broke up after only two weeks of going out together. She was a complete Klingon because she was out of work. Once she text messaged me so much that it crashed my BlackBerry. When she introduced me to her family and said that I would make a good stepdad to her son, I knew it was time to end it. You don't have to be a genius to know that. So after I dated Felicia, I realized that I liked dating dumb girls much better. Smart girls play head games, but with dumb girls, I could play my own special head games. There was this East Indian moron that I dated named Nina that made Felicia look like a Rhodes Scholar. I liked Nina because I could trick her into giving me a blowjob in public places. Once we were in a bus shelter waiting for the 4 Oxford East, when I asked Nina if she could give me some oral sex. No, people will see, she said. Nina, this is a new bus shelter made of magical mirror. We can see outside, but nobody can see in. Okay, Andy. Oh, wait. I want to see if we can see in. Okay, Nina, let me open the invisible door, and here we are outside, and look, the magical mirror works. You can't see us in there. Now let's go back in before I lose my heart on. So Nina continues sucking, and soon enough we have a couple people watching. Why are those people staring? Oh, Nina, people are just so vain, they like to look at themselves in the reflection, into the magic mirror, to make sure their hair is just right. As I come all over her face and hair, we receive applause and Nina is clueless. So, Nina was a great lover. She didn't have any hang-ups. She was too stupid to know any better. Almost all women have hang-ups, and it makes sex awful. I can't kiss you. You've been eating me out. I can't suck your cock after it's been in my vagina. And so the awkward sex continues. To make up for this, I'm going to let you in on a secret. I have no hang-ups. I will eat out a woman after I've come inside her, to keep the pleasure going. She deserves to get off too. I will let a woman strap on a dildo and grind my ass if it means I'm getting some after. I definitely will not enjoy it. I won't enjoy that ride at all, but it's all in the name of the secret art of seduction. I will even have sex with and eat out a woman on the rag. No joke, no joke, I love it. After the first time I ever had sex with and ate out a woman on the rag, I was so inspired by it that I wrote a play. I sent it back to the Victorian times because it was a period piece. She still didn't kiss me afterwards. So, hang-ups are awful, but dating can be even worse. I've heard every rejection line in the book. I'm a lesbian. I'm underage. I'm a dude, I just look pretty. I have to go, I hear my mom calling me, as we're on the dance floor at Jack's with the bass booming. My all-time favorite was this Persian girl named Nilofar. Speaking English is very difficult for me. My participles always dangle. We won't be able to communicate. Now, I'm not stupid. I thought she was lying to me, but after I broke it down, I realized that she was being honest about rejecting me. The participle, speaking, was attaching itself to the object, English, instead of the subject, which was her. It did dangle. I'm glad that didn't work out with her, though. It's tough for me to date a Persian girl because when they scream out, fuck my ass, because of her thick accent, it sounds like she's screaming out, fuck mice. Nothing deflates my boner quicker than when my lover thinks it can fit into a rodent. Dating is tough. The rare time that I find a girl that likes me, it can still fail. This girl wanted to come home with me and share a night of passion with me. I told her that I still lived at home with my mom. She said she didn't want to come home with me and have sex with me if I still lived with my mom. So I did what any smart man would do. I moved into the men's mission. I hope she's an exhibitionist. Having a new lover is tough. My lovers get confused because I scream when I pee because of the STDs, but I'm quiet when I come because of the jail time. And my relationships, they just don't last. I still retain the crown. I'm the king of short-term relationships because eventually they sober up. So the hardest thing that I've gotten used to about sex is that it's changed so much due to technology. There's cyber text, there's cyber sex, sexy text messaging, parody porn. I even purchased the Flintstones XXX parody to put something on while I was babysitting. Man, that Bam Bam can Bam Bam. I'm even getting better at using my cell phone. This girl I liked asked me to take a photo of my penis and send it to her by picture message, because she hadn't seen it in a long time. So I sent it to her, and she was surprised. "It's huge," she said. "I don't remember it being that big." Don't be surprised. Don't be deceived, I said. The camera adds 10 pounds. So I'm going to close my set tonight by talking about my most serious relationship that I was in. My ex-fiancée, Lana. Lana's attraction to me was based on her biggest celebrity crush, Snoop Dogg. I know. The resemblance is frightening. With my mind on my money and my money in the bank. It blows my mind too. We were expecting a child and we lost it after a short pregnancy. And I wrote this joke to help me cope with the loss of our baby. Why should a son be proud if his child is half black, half white? Because it would grow up to be good at both basketball and hockey. My child could have made me millions. Sadly, I had to end it with Lana. She didn't understand that I wasn't an ATM machine. I would pay her rent, buy her groceries, buy toys for her son, furnish her apartment. So eventually I had to walk out of her because I was close to being bankrupt. "Why are you leaving?" she asked. "I ain't calling you a gold digger, but you ain't hanging with no broke Andy." Thank you. My name's Andy Pomaranski. You've been a wonderful crowd. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
God damn. Wow. I'm sorry. Wow. Wow. How, yeah, the audience thinned down on that one.